Cody Lane, Codylane,
So Cody, how long have you been racing?
for 14 years now.
So what got you excited about racing?
My dad raced race cars, just like the one right behind me. I raced race cars since I was born, and I turned 4 years old, and he wanted to see if I could drive a go-kart, and he got me one, and a buddy of ours had, and put me in a go-kart, and I can drive ever since. And he just put me on the ladder and see if I could climb it. So just kept going up the steps to see if I can become a race car driver.
So who's your idol in race car driving?
I mean, there's so many drivers out there. I really don't have one because I'm so busy with my own racing. But my dad is definitely, because he's been there behind me on everything, and just been behind me and helped me through the years, and just been there for me.
So tell me what your schedule is like on a regular day.
Pretty much, if it's a school week, get up at 7:30, go to school, and do schoolwork and everything. And then after I get off of school about 3:30, 4 o'clock, I come home and see if my dad needs any help. If so, I help him as much as possible. And then he'll either take me home, do some work online, or do some work at home. If I don't have work at home to do, then I'll come back here and work on go-karts or work on my race car, and just stay busy with so many things that you gotta keep doing something.
So what's going to happen? You're graduating soon. What happens next?
That's a big question to ask. I would obviously like to just stick with racing and just pursue my goal of being a race car driver, but really need the money to do it. And if we don't have the money, then I have to try and do something else as a second plan.
Okay, so when you are getting ready to race, what's the most important thing to you to do?
Just stay focused, and don't lose your head when you're racing. If you do, you'll end up wrecking or hurting somebody else or hurting yourself. So you just gotta stay focused, and you'll do okay.
What was your best race ever?
I think the best race ever was at Citrus County Speedway down here, and we were racing. It was a heat race, and we were going up against guys Wayne Anderson, Dick Anderson, and all the bigger guys down here in Florida, the best of the best. And we were racing a heat race, and we won the heat race out of them. So we're doing really good, and hopefully we'll keep winning some.
When you race, there are other teams that have more money behind them. How do you feel about how you cobble it together, how you put it together versus people who have the best of everything?
We definitely show people that money ain't everything, that we definitely come up to the racetrack and do the best we can do, and we're running with them. I mean, like I said before, we were running with Wayne Anderson, Dick Anderson, the best of the best, and pulling off top fives, and they have a bunch of money and $1 million sponsors and everything, and we're have a little upholstery shop and a go-kart track, and we're still hanging with them. So I think we're doing all right, and as long as we keep doing it, we'll do okay.
What part does your mom play in your success and your ability to race?
She helps out she's behind me 100%. She helps out at the upholstery shop with my dad, does the sewing, and helps out with just helping me with school and helping me with anything I need help with. I mean, she's not the mechanic mom that you would think, but she would definitely, if you had to ask, she would definitely help you as much as possible, and try and get me to the races if I could.
How tight are you and your dad?
We're really close. I mean, we're father and son, but it's sometimes we're like brothers. I mean, that's how close we are, and we have a bond that can't be broken up, and we just work good together. And sometimes we just get too close and hang out too close together, and we just want to cut each other. So it's just we want to do so much for each other, but other hand, but we just need to take a break from each other a couple of times, but we'll hang through it and get through the racing season.
So who screams the loudest?
My dad has definitely a hollering voice. I mean, he gets his voice out there, but he gets his point across, and he's usually always right. And you have to have a leader in the racing team, so definitely has to have a leader and people like that.
Could you ever imagine working under a different leader?
I couldn't, because I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, my dad's taught me so many, I mean, for 14 years, even before that, for 18 years, he's taught me so much that it's just, without him, I wouldn't know what to do, but I would have to do what he's taught me and just keep going on if he wasn't there.
So when you get your driver's license, big boy,
I got my permit, I got that far, but I still need to go get my driver's license and get that done. I'm not sure when I'm going to get it, but my parents are wanting me to get it really bad because they're always wanting me to run errands and everything, so I guess I'm going to have to get it pretty soon.
do you get to run errands at 150 miles an hour?
No, just racing and just staying busy with that.
So your dad told me a story once that he had to drive the car onto the course, because you didn't have a license in order to even get the car onto the course.
Yeah, he had to drive it a couple times to get it on, and then I got a little bit older, and then I got to drive it, and we just went from there.
So are you able to take apart a car blindfolded practically?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I know everything within and about a car. I can take one apart and do pretty much anything that involves working on a car. That goes all to my dad. I mean, he taught me everything, from a wrench to a bolt and a nut, and taking it apart and putting it back together. And you just can't. You have to. Most of these kids don't know is that's what it's coming to, is these cars that need to be worked on, and nobody knows how. So it definitely helps for me to, if I wanted to go just stop racing and go get a mechanic job, it definitely helps. But I think I'm just going to stick with racing and see how it pulls out.
How are your grades?
I got really good grades. I had a slump. I went down in a slump for a little bit, but I pulled it back up. I'm at B's and C's now, so we're doing really good with grades. And my dad's always told me if I didn't have grades up, I couldn't go racing, and I brought him up. So looks